Grandpa because Grandpa was complaining about ads on Spotify, and I was like, if you guys got Wi-Fi, like you wouldn't have to worry about ads anywhere. You could watch Netflix, no fucking commercials. And so he's like, I don't mind commercials.
Then why were they complaining about them?
They complain about everything.
Well, you know, if you paid for a Spotify subscription, which I can't because I'm poor, then you wouldn't have commercials. What's up, YouTube? It's Poverty Chef, and today we've got an election special for you. Get ready for some hard times, and this meal is gonna fill you up, make you feel good. It's gonna be soft on the wallet, and you're gonna need that. Now, I've been contemplating, is this crooked? Hold up. Hold up! The floor's a little dirty. That's okay. Don't mind that. Put your attention over here. Now, I've been debating whether or not I'm going to tell you what we're cooking, or I'll show you through the process. Okay, so first of all, you want to take your cast iron skillet, and it's a little dirty, right? It's got some hoo-ha in there. So what you want to do, ideally you'll do this after your meal, right? You scrape the food out of there, but I eat out of this because we can't afford plates. So when you're done with your meal, you want to put water in here, heat it up all the way. See that right there? Boom. Maximum heat, maximum clean. Maximum heat, maximum clean. Now sometimes while you're cooking, you're going to have your portable entertainment device with you. You want to make sure you never set it on a heating element because look, that's warm because my roommate was just making hot water. Very difficult process, so they had to eat into my time to do it. So make sure your phone, bam, right there. Now while that's getting cleaned, you want to get a cutting board ready. Okay, this cutting board is gently used. Now when you reach a certain level of poverty, you will undoubtedly regress into a hunter-gatherer lifestyle. So your cutting utensils are going to have bits of animal on there. You want to go ahead and take that into the sink and just get that off there. Now here we have a package of hot dogs. This was $1.19, so it's $1.19 a pound. And what you want to do is always cut away from your body. Safety first. Can't afford medical bills, right? You slit that bad boy open. Put your hot dogs down on the cutting board. Make sure you don't cut your phone. Bada bing, bada bing, 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 bing. Now, if you're a feminist, this is going to be your favorite part. What you want to do is take the phallic objects and cut them into little pieces. Little pieces. Got some rabbit hair there? No worries. Hunter-gatherers do not care about a little extra fiber. You want to make sure that these phalluses are unusable in any other form. Now, if you have a hunting knife like this, you're going to notice you get some grooves in the meat. You see that? And yeah, so you just want to repeat that process for this whole 1 pound of phalluses. Okay, now these phalluses. I've already approved the ingredients list. Because, you know, we are poor, but at the same time, you got to make sure you're buying healthy foods. And there are some preservatives in here, but they're all relatively healthy or some sort of salt. Like sodium phosphate, for example. That's a type of salt. Now, I bet you know, you forgot that we were boiling to clean, so you're thinking we're going to boop. No. You take this with your freshly soggy goop at the bottom and go clean it. Now, I left the heating element on while I was cleaning the dish out, and you may wonder why that is. If they say that turning an electricity object on takes more energy than leaving it on. In the case of something that needs to warm up for a short duration of time, that is true. Now, if it's your lights, you might as well just turn them off because it takes very little power to do the turning on event. Now, if you look here, you're going to see some red, and you're probably wondering what that is. Well, what color is your blood? It's red. And what makes your blood red? It's rust. There's rust in your blood. And so this rust on the cast iron pan, well, baby girl, that's just more blood from my big, big heart. Now what you want to do is you want to take some olive oil. Now this is more expensive than regular vegetable oil, but remember, sometimes quality is important in your poor people diet because you have to strike that balance between saving money with $1 hot dogs and saving your health with $15 of olive oil. Just kidding, this was like 6 or 7. But a little bit goes a long way. So that's also, you're getting a lot out of this. Now, for the best flavor, you want to go classic, not virgin. And the reason for that is that the process for getting virgin olive oil is, I don't know all the details, but when you are queuing up all of your olives to process the oil, you save a whole bunch at once to get the virgin. But when you can process it the way that classic is processed, you can process the olives at peak ripeness as they're ready. But the virgin has to be piled up and saved all together because it's processed in such a light format that the few that are ripe at any given time is not going to be worth the effort. Now, I had the heating element on a little high and I forgot, so you want to turn that down because if you don't turn it down, you got to do everything at once right here, okay? And sometimes you don't want to do that, otherwise, plus you're going to burn your food and you might cook it too unevenly. So you're going to turn the heat down, spread the process out over a longer period of time. And if you don't get to putting stuff in your food right away, then your oil will start to burn. Now, when you take the cap off, you've got this little pull thing. I like to pretend it's a flavor grenade. Bam! Fire in the hole, baby! Just want to drizzle a little bit. Enough to get some flavor, and enough to prevent the food from sticking. But remember, olive oil can have a kind of strong flavor, so you don't want to use too much. Get a nice, smooth coating. You're starting to get that fry and sizzle. So what you want to do is take your chopped up phyllox. Bam, bam, bam. Throw them all in there. Okay, this is what we're doing. This is going to be a good, wholesome, hearty meal. And my battery's about to die. Oh shit. Now I know this is a cheap joke, but guys, just imagine if a feminist got a hold of you. Oh my god. Gentlemen, careful who you mess with. Now while this is cooking, go ahead and remove your cutting board. And now we're gonna get some eggs, boy. Now, poverty tip. When you're done with your eggs, save the shells. Dry them out and crush them up into teeny tiny pieces and add them to your garden. We're gonna go ahead and set that to the side. And then, look at this, the audacity of this bitch. Look at that. My roommate turned on the oven, or the heating element. You know what they said? I said, hey, what the F? No big deal, but what the F? You know what she said? Oh. Now what you want to do is grab a bowl, because sometimes when you open an egg it's bad, especially when you're poor and you either have to buy your food in bulk and you don't have enough space in the refrigerator for all your things, and eggs can kind of keep for a little bit outside the refrigerator, or you might be so poor you don't have a refrigerator at all. So what you want to do is you want to crack your eggs open and dump them into the bowl one at a time. Then, like I said, you save your eggshells, put it back in the spot the egg came out of. Boom, look at this beautiful egg. Now, if it's green, you probably don't want to eat it, alright? Go ahead and dump that bad boy in there. And you want to make this a pretty quick process because you want your eggs to all be cooked and finished at the same time. And we want to give the hot dogs a head start because they're going to take longer to cook. So, right here you'll notice it looks like a pigeon got a hold of the chicken. Junior got this milky stuff in there. Don't matter, boys. Just nutrients, right? Just throw that in there. Ooh. Ooh. Y'all saw me open that one. This is looking like a... I don't even know, man. I don't even know. So what you want to do is go throw the bad one in your garden. Rinse that bowl out. You want to come back and stir this up a little bit because that egg is taking too long. If you like your eggs dippy, aka sunny side up, then that's fine. You can do that. But, you know, you may want to cook them separate. Now, we're a big growing boy, so we're going to want a few more eggs than that. Go ahead and throw them in there. As many as you want, boy. Just remember, you know, I get a little bit of indigestion when I have a lot of eggs with cheese. So if you add cheese, just, you know, be careful. Now notice how quick I'm going. Like I said, you want this to be a quick process. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is he shooting for a dozen eggs? Yeah. I guess it'd be slightly less than a dozen. Because we got that, we had that sperm egg earlier. That's fine. Okay, one more. So we'll have 11 eggs total. Unless this one's bad, then we'll have 10. Oh, this one's good. It's a little milky. But it's not Joe Biden's pants after visiting a kindergarten. Alright, now you want to go ahead and strip this up. Now if you're using a regular pan, don't do what I'm doing, dumbass. This is a knife that'll scratch the Teflon right off that bad boy, but this is cast iron, so what we're actually doing is we're scraping the rust off the bottom of the pan and infusing it into the egg, which is ideally still going to be liquid at this stage of the meal prep. Okay? Now if you're a good hunter-gatherer, you'll probably have access to some potatoes. I don't think I'm going to add any because I actually forgot, but that's fine. This is absolutely okay to add or not add. But you know, we're going to bake some potatoes real soon. Put some salt and pepper on them. Ooh boy, they're going to be so good. You're going to be jealous. You're going to try and jump through that computer at my food, boy, and you're not going to be able to because that's not how physics works. So after a while, you're going to notice your eggs are going to start to make like this kind of pancake thing. What you want to do is go ahead and stir that up a little bit more. Get things going, you know. Now you can also add some butter and or some milk to make your eggs stand up a little bit more, be a little bit more fluffy. If you watched our episode on bedroom milk, actually I should do a full bona fide episode on bedroom milk. And that's fine. You can use your bedroom milk, it'll associate into the eggs even quicker. Okay, now at this stage, the eggs are still a little bit too moist to eat, but boop, we're going to flip that off. And actually, if the element's here, what you can do is flip it this way, right? Now the stove thinks you're turning the volume up, right? Boop, 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 temperature up, bam. So you're actually giving a little boost of heat before you turn it off. And that's going to help you dry these eggs out just to perfection. And then, because cast iron is so heavy, and because it's iron, it retains heat really well. So what you want to do is slide it off that bad boy. Now that handle's going to be hot, as you just saw. So you want to be careful, and your meal is just about ready. Alright, we're back. We've got the food here. Now it's real warm, and that's nice because my hands are cold. and I am starving because somebody, you know who you are, you're watching this right now, kept me up until 3 a.m. So, that concludes our meal. It was delicious. All protein, all cheap, living large on a budget, guys. This food is going to make sure that you're comfortable and safe and nourished in these trying times ahead after this 2020 election. Thanks for watching. Please share the video. And if you have any suggestions for what you want me to make, review, turn into a hot mess in my kitchen, or poison myself with, leave it in the comments.